But no matter what comes next, I still have to face the ending.
I'm also suggesting that maybe we get a little meta on this one. Just, write down that we have sample collecting gear.
I just don't see it as that important. We have things that we can use to put liquids into. It's not a problem.
I'm asking the GM. If the GM says I could just check off subterfuge supplies to take a sample, I'm fine with that.
You could do it that way. You could also always justify, if it's something simple as, I grabbed a bottle off the shelf from home, it would be a zero stress flashback. With mechanically, that's how they'd handle it.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, so yeah, the question I didn't ask is how to get in, because I know I can get in. So, and you didn't ask that either, the professor. So are you going to be a lookout, or are you actually going to come in with me?
I'm coming in. I mean, literally, just imagine I'm always singing, anything you can do, I can do better.
Well,
So
I can imagine
you can do, I can do better than
all right.
you.
Well, anyways, I have all the necessary abilities to bail on you, so all right.
That's proven in the past.
You're
Shifting
welcome.
to Edward and Coyle. You guys have made a meeting with the Grom family again. Which one were you meeting up with?
I said Jenna.
Oh, Jenna.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, she always has something she needs moved in the city. So
wonderful. That's just what I would love to hear.
She's happy to see you. Have you stopped by a little more frequently, other than just to pick up money?
Mm-hmm.
Are you here for the stipend, or what are you looking for?
Oh, well, I'm here for a little bit of work. We have quite a lot of need for money recently, and I figure, well, maybe I should get out of my opera seat and actually go do something.
Oh, well, you guys move stuff, and that's always great. I do have a strange request that I can't do, and you guys might be able to. Up near the top part of Charterstone, the northern tip there, we have a bunch of people who recently have been bringing stuff in from the water. It's kind of strange stuff, and they need to take it all the way to Silkshore. But they say they can't put it on a boat.
Can't put it on a boat. Well, we do happen to have a wagon these days. So I think we're just the kind of people they need.
Yeah, this isn't, legal things. That should be assumed when you come to me, just to be clear.
I wouldn't expect it otherwise, nor would I want it otherwise. What am I doing? Are we a legitimate business?
I had a guy last week, and it just didn't end well.
Contracts. I understand. Still, give me a name, give me a place. I'll go speak with them about the job.
Yeah, the guy who we're looking for is Delphus. He should be able to find him in Brightstone. He dresses like one of those dock workers, so in Brightstone he should stand out. You go up to the tip just before you go over to the really expensive part of Brightstone. You should be able to make touch with him there.
All right, wonderful. Well, Jenna, we'll have all this moved just in time, and hopefully everyone will be all the happier for it.
Good.
Do you need any drugs, Jenna?
You're asking the wrong person.
I don't tend to use a whole lot of drugs.
Maybe you should. They make you happier.
So does people's religion, and that makes me money, so I'm listening.
Just drug fisher. You take drugs? Maybe you should.
I guess to put into at least some politer notes, you're more than welcome to visit our dream den, which, I believe is actually fully operational now. Well, of course, if it's not your thing, I understand that too.
I'll consider it.
I can make you a special batch that's like less addictive if that's what you're wondering about. Worried about.
Suddenly the question rises like, so you'd make them intentionally more addicted?
I mean, obviously, we're trying to make money.
Oh, dear. Well, Jen, I do appreciate all the effort and information.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, who
Come
are
on,
you?
New guy.
Sorry, I got another question about New character.
Yep.
How old is Coil?
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Younger than what I was at first thought. Older than I thought a second ago, though. So, okay.
He's
Okay.
just very guileless for a criminal.
All
Alright,
right.
so our Coil and Edward are looking into this job. How are they going about this? This is the same gather information as the others can use. So you'll
Right.
probably meet up with this guy, having a conversation, trying to get information about this and looking at the route. What action would you be focusing on?
I always say consort because that's what I'm good at, and I have an additional bonus die to do it.
Alright, and Coil. How's Coil going? Is Coil trying to get any information about this job?
So we have to find this guy in the docks. And that's what you're going to do with your consorting, presumably. And then we need to move stuff from... Sorry, not from the docks. He looks like a docker, but we're in Brightstone. Charterhall?
Right, and he needs to move stuff to Silkshore, I believe, is what I heard.
Yep.
From Charterhall to Silkshore. Yeah.
Without being in the water.
Yeah, Coil is gonna study maps of the area and work out the best route for them to take.
Alright, so give me a study. And Edward, give me a consort. And we'll go down to gather information depending on your rolls.
Okay, I get my bonus die. Let's do it.
Jeez.
Wow. Ah,
The
while we're playing
devil's
Ironclaw,
number.
crazy stuff happened.
Alright.
It's still still a crit. Yeah, cool. I will roll study. But no,
Wow, what's happening with
A
that
4.
box?
Alright, so from Coil, we have one question. From Edward, we have 3.
Oh boy.
So between your talking to this guy and the discussion, these are details you can get about the mission. Or about this guy, or anything in general to do with what you're doing.
Okay, so I imagine he'll tell us at least the basics first. Like,
Yeah.
he has this stuff, he wants it moved from here to there, and it is, now it's question time, I suppose.
Yeah, basically this guy, there's going to be some people bringing some stuff in. I need you not to ask too many questions and move this stuff from this spot to location X in Silkshore.
Okay, so first question I think I should ask is, what should I look out for?
You should be looking out for... So he tells you that they've tried this a few times, and the groups that he sent, most of them have been killed by this guy who all they describe is he's got dark eyes.
Dark eyes.
And your crew has encountered this individual a few times once you get a better description. This is the guy that Preso stole from.
Oh no, Priest is going to be torn in 2 directions. He could face off with this guy again and just harass the creep. Or he could actually go do something.
What do you mean stole from? That doesn't narrow it down.
Hey, it did for Bishop. I'm sure Preso is going to hear that and be like, which guy?
Yeah. Well, Priest will hear about it later, I imagine. Alright. So let's see. So what else can I ask? What do they intend to do? Do I really care all that much? I guess what's really going on here, but I mean, they're hauling stuff and they're getting harassed by what I'm going to assume is a vampire.
Okay.
So what question can I ask about this that is relevant and gets me something to work with? What do they want most? What's the leverage? How can I discover X? What did they intend to do? How can I get them to do X? Okay. So, you know what? Where's the leverage here? How much money can I get out of them for it?
He's offering you 4. You can tell by his ticks and that he can probably pay 5 or 6.
And of course, if I suppose the leverage here is that we've encountered this person before and dealt with him and have stopped him in the past. So I'm going to leverage that to get the maximum.
All right. So the offer is 6 coin, assuming the shipment happens.
Yep, assuming everything happens. he doesn't want a lot of questions, but I still gotta ask a little bit of, uh, what's really going on here? What's really in the box, in case it is something dangerous or something that requires extra conditions to deal with? Because it is obviously something weird.
It is something that they're dredging up from the middle of the bay there. And from what you can tell, it is some kind of body parts coming up
Ooh,
from the North Hook Channel.
interesting.
It takes a while for you to get him to admit what's actually in the boxes, and he's being a bit vague, but from what you can tell, body parts.
Right, and even if he does start describing it, I'd probably stop and it's like, okay, I think that I have at least the picture. Well,
Right.
at least they shouldn't be necessarily supernaturally radioactive or anything. Good, good,
And he looks side to side. Yes, yes, nothing to do with the supernatural.
good. Oh, I didn't say that. I just said we weren't going to be exposed to terrible energies just by hanging around them. But keeping
Meanwhile,
them in a secure box sounds good.
Coil.
Yeah. Yeah. The leech gather info questions are a little bit tricky to word well.
Mm-hmm.
At least in this situation. I can tell just looking at a map of the city, the only direct way from Charter Hall to Silkshore is straight through Crow's Foot. Because there's really only one way into Silkshore unless we go via the prison, which is probably not ideal. Also, that's where all the sickness is. Crow's Foot at least has no sickness. So I guess rather than ask what the direct route is, because that's like fairly obvious, I'm going to ask what might happen if we take the directest route.
Taking the directest route, because of what you've learned and studied, whoever has stopped these shipments before is going to know that route.
Mm,
Like, odds are that bridge between Crow's Foot and Silkshore, he knows that's the only sane way to go.
yeah, without having to trek all the way through the city. And we can't go via boat. Okay. Yeah, well, I think I take that information to Bishop. I'm like, so the only fast way to get there is in a straight line from Charter Hall through Crow's Foot. But that's what everyone will expect you to do. I'm wondering if you don't mind taking extra time, we could go all the way down to Coleridge, out past the work camps in Dunslow and past the farms, and then up through Barrowcleft into the back of Silkshore. It'll take us extra time, but it's less likely to be watched.
Well, I don't mind a long journey at all. And I guess if it means causing less of a fuss, good.
It does mean
We do
going
have to
right
go
past
through
the
Charter Hall,
prison.
of course, and I hate that, but, well, what are we going to do about it?
We also have to go right past the prison, and I don't know if they'll check our wagon over there.
I think they're usually focused on the people inside, not outside, but understandable.
That's true. Also, there are a lot of sick people in Coleridge and Dunslow, so as long as you don't worry about getting sick, I guess.
Oh, there's sick people across the entire city at the moment.
Not in Crowsfoot. It's really weird.
So, anyways, is everyone meeting back up and gearing up for their mission, or what's the plan?
Yep, let's meet up and discuss how do we want to do this. Because, Professor, I would really appreciate having you along because you're exactly what we need. A giant mechanical wagon.
Well, you only like me for my extensive.
Buddy?
I
Yeah.
like you for your extensive armaments.
Well, I mean, I was trying to make some sort of alliteration between my ginormous backside. I mean, I guess sure.
Right. It would
Send
at least
Coil with send Coil along with the Pariso.
right. It would at least get us through the city. It's a vehicle, and we're obviously not carrying it by hand in the first place. We also don't have any other carriage. So that's fun. Pariso, there is your strange, dark-eyed vampire friend. The one that you've been stealing locks from.
Oh yeah. Did they show up with cooler stuff?
Well, they're showing up again and harassing our client here. If you're interested in having a second go at them, they might show up there. But you're
Ah,
also needed to drop off the actual material at the vat.
yeah. I'm too busy poisoning the entire city and causing the death of possibly thousands.
We don't know that that's what this does. Cora pulls out the poison again.
That's probably not what it does, but I'm possibly causing the death of thousands.
And there is, of course, Coil here, the
If
new
it
guy.
worries you, I can look into it.
Yeah, Coral, you didn't happen to by chance take the perk that allows you to use your rec skill to interfere with supernatural entities, did you?
What?
That would be a no.
All right.
One of the character upgrades in the book.
Yeah, no,
is,
I know. You know, Coil doesn't do that.
Yeah. So, but by the way, as much fun as it is to trifle with whatever that supernatural entity is, they're pretty badass.
Right, which is why we're going around. If we're just going around, maybe just the professor and I can handle it on our own. And perhaps you could take the new guy, and he can take your samples or whatever.
Possible, sure. The professor can be the professor can do anything I can do, so you might as well take him with you.
Right. Well, the professor will be with me, you'll have the new guy, and, well, hopefully everything should go down well. So,
I got your back, Parisa.
Alright, so it looks like we just have to determine the last bit of the route for the one part of the mission and determine what kind of mission the other one is. Stealth, I assume?
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely sounds like stealth.
Yeah, I think we're going stealth and transport by the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Coil and Priso just have to decide: are you going through a window? You going through a side door? The front door? What's your entry point?
How's good to your prowl, kid?
I have one dice, so I can get around.
You've got one die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't wear this leather jacket for nothing, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So if we do a group thing, then I take 6 minus whatever you roll in stress, right?
No,
No.
you take one stress if I fail.
Yes.
Okay.
It takes the best result for the group, and then the leader takes one stress for each participant that fails.
Oh yeah, I might as well help you get in then. I mean, come on, what kind of horrible mentor would I be if I didn't do that? Now we're going up to the roof.
All right, roof.
You got your climbing gear,
right? Yeah, I can get climbing gear. Are we doing engagement now, Matt?
We're just clicking loads, and I'm getting the last piece of the route.
Yeah, no, I mean we'll climb in, go through the roof because we have to get into the planning center, and that's probably on the high floor, so they can overlook things. Because we have to hit the planning center. Not only are we getting samples, I also want to go ahead and get their plans. So yeah, we're going through the roof. Make sure you bring some climbing gear, and off you go. You can climb a rope using just your hands, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna put you to that.
Presumably, only one of us needs to mark climbing gear because it's like includes all the rope and stuff.
Well, I carry light climbing gear. It's my lurk thing.
You just get it for free. That's right.
It's nice silk rope. See, the best part of the silk rope is you can wrap it around your hands and put it down.
If you require the harness to get in somewhere, then we probably both need to mark climbing gear.
Well, I assume because it's does it give you a bonus to climb stuff, or
no? It just justifies. It makes it not limited effect.
Okay, right.
I mean, it means you're doing it with rope and grappling hook, and not just like hand over hand, which presumably is pretty difficult.
Yeah, we'll just bring some climbing gear. We'll go into the roof. I didn't bother looking into that. I was too busy trying to figure out what they were actually doing there.
Mm-hmm.
My point was that only one of us needs climbing gear. So if you've got light climbing gear, then you should mark it. Unless we're doing like harnesses and stuff.
you want to use my climbing gear.
I assume you want to use your climbing gear, given that you want to get in.
If anything happens to my good silk rope, you're going to have to answer it.
Anyways, Professor Edward, which of those routes are you taking? The straight one or the roundabout?
The roundabout. We're trying to avoid conflict.
Alright, so I know where each one's going. We agreed last time we're going to do separate engagement rolls and risks and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Alright. So
I did my talking, so I get an extra die on our engagement roll. That's good.
Yep. So for group 1, which is the transport, we've got a 6. For group 2, which is the break-in and entering, we have a 4. So, which group wants to start us off?
How about we start with the break-in?
Alright. So, Pariso, everything's going well. You guys can click off your climbing gear. I'm not going to make you roll to get in because this is where we're starting, breaking in through the roof into this office.
Yeah, the place is open 24 hours.
It doesn't look like it usually is, but there does seem to be people there. That's what the risky situation is. There are some people still out and about. No one seems to be in the upper offices right now. So you break into this office quietly enough. You and Coyle are in there. You can easily get back out the window at the moment if need be.
Well, we need to start going through the planning files. Yeah, kid, you're good with plans and stuff. You got like study?
Sure. Yeah, I can have a look around.
Yeah, start looking for important stuff. I'll watch the door.
What am I looking for? Just like plans to how they made the stuff?
Yeah, how they made this stuff, overseeing the plan file operation, the recipe, important stuff. Like if we have to rip off their operation.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Okay. I'm a study.
I'm gonna go ahead and since I gave you that advice, I'm gonna go ahead and tick off a stress box to assist you.
Cool. I'm also gonna use my ability. I took Rook's Gambit from the the slide playbook, and so I'm gonna mark 2 stress to use Tinker instead of study here, and I think it makes sense because like what I'm looking for is the kind
Formulas.
of thing that like that for formulas and recipes, etc.
Yep. All right, it's risky standard.
Okay. And bonus dice from the assist. Let's go. Oh, all those dice. I got a 4. Though. I got a 4.
Well, it probably means you take too long, and we're going from. Are we supposed to start at risky? I thought we started at controlled, and then when we failed to roll, we went to
It
risky.
depends what the engagement is.
Our engagement was a 4, so we're in a
cool. So we automatically go to desperate.
What's that?
Maybe.
I said, are we desperate?
To decide what our consequences are.
All right, just so you know, when anyone's been talking, Pariso's voice has gone to nothing. Like, I can hear him, but it goes very quiet for some reason on Discord today.
Oh, I don't know.
I can hear him fine.
Yeah.
No, it's when anyone else speaks for some reason. And it just seems to be happening with his mic.
Well, real quick, Raph, start talking, and then Muffin, jump in.
'Twas Brillig and the Slithy Toes did Tyler and Gimble in the game. All whimsy with the Borogoves and the Mome Rats out grave.
I need a bit more from Muffin.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry about it. It's just auto duck.
I'm just letting you know if I'm not hearing you, Pariso, that's why.
I'm wondering if that's a setting, because you were just talking over Raph there, and it wasn't doing it for me. He sounded exactly as loud as you were.
Okay. Maybe it's... Anyways.
I'm not important.
So, Coyle, you have found what looks like the formula.
Mm-hmm.
And the mechanical setup of how they set up the still, too. That's good news. Okay. But that took a little while. All right, well, let's go.
Anyways, you found the formula. It is written in code.
Oh, I think this is it. It's kind of...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Oh. I think I found it, but it's in a cipher. I can
that's fine. I like ciphers. We'll solve this later. Good job recognizing that it was still the plan.
Like it says on the top, recipe, and then the rest is almost gibberish.
You'd think they would have coded the word recipe so we wouldn't know. All right, let's go. We need to get into the factory floor and drop this in the vat.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So,
So,
you guys,
So what was the consequence of my 4 there, Matt? Because I don't know
the consequence is an
that
extra
it's in-
complication that the
that it's
recipe is
inside of.
coded.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I won't resist that because that's actually interesting. Cool.
Yeah. All right. So you guys make your way out into the hall, out to the overseen area of the floor. At the one end of the thing, you can see the large vat on the other side of the building. There are people working around. No one seems to be paying a great deal of attention at the moment.
we just need to get the contents of this vat in there, right? Oh, so this jar and that vat. Is it open?
The
The
vat
vat?
it does have an open top, yes, but the
Wow.
over top does not extend over the vat.
Oh, well, there's got to be girders and supports. I can just climb along those and drop it from there.
Do you want me to come with you?
No, what I want you to do is I want you to spend a stress point to assist me because you're good with tools. And the plan is that I'll lower this by a string into the vat instead of trying to throw it where it could actually get knocked off balance. And no one will see us because you're good with tools, right, kid?
Yeah, I can do that. But that way we can't get a sample of the cure before we put this in it.
What if we did the opposite? What if you went ahead and got a vial and put it on a string and I went ahead and lowered that in and then pulled that back up? All I would have to do is hang from the rafters for about 45, maybe 50 minutes.
I mean, if you're okay doing that, I can.
Ah,
You can
I've
take
got
this.
training. I've been training myself to store up to 3 times as much blood in my head.
That's a lot of blood in your head.
Yeah, it's basically the opposite of the exercise where you store 3 times as much blood in your stomach. Look, I don't have time to explain all of this.
Okay. Well, I mean, here's a vial. I'm gonna mark arcane implements, which includes like a bunch of
Okay,
vials.
yeah, and that
Yeah.
that would be my plan. Would be to hang upside down, lower this, and then pull this back up.
All right, to me
Well,
that
no
sounds
one
like
notices because I'm a ninja.
this sounds like a prowl.
Yeah, sounds like it. And I got an assist bonus. Thank you. I'm going to use that.
Still risky.
Still
Standard
risky.
effect.
And I'm feeling cocky today. I'm going to go ahead and use that for an extra effect. So great effect.
All right.
Yes, my
Oh
cockiness
wow.
is off.
All right. So yeah, you get the vial up, and because it's great effect, you get the next vial in. As it lowers in, you see it bubble up for a few seconds, and then the string is gone.
No, we lowered all the way in. Get the good stuff. That's just the cream.
No, I'm saying you already got the first vial
Yep.
with the sample, and the great effect is you don't need another roll to lower this, whatever it is, into the vat.
Boop.
And once it's in, the string itself dissolves.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh man. Well, that wasn't my string. You brought the kid string. Sorry, kid, you're out of string. That's the third thing you learn on this job. Always bring more string. A world without string is chaos.
Is that what they call string theory?
That's a joke for one other person who might be watching this stream. All right, now all we gotta do is get out of here.
All right, so all it's going to be is, I assume you guys are sneaking back out, so just another prowl. Whether it's group or individual is up to the two of you.
Man, I would feel really bad if something bad happened to the kid. You want to do this as another group thing?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right, it's a group thing. I will
Who's the
lead.
leader? All right. There's a 6.
Ugh.
Yep,
Take a
that's a
stress.
stress point. Oh well.
All right.
So
that
yeah,
was
so when the kid is like, about to go the wrong way, or they're just grab him. Nope, down, stop, down, stop breathing. Okay, you're lucky that the silk rope is outside, so I can't use it to stop your breathing in here. Make another mistake like that, and we'll talk later. You got spunk, kid,
What's that? Can I
and then
breathe?
we're out of here.
Mhm.
Nice.
All right.
That was easy. Now
Meanwhile-
we got a sample of the cure.
So, meanwhile, Professor and Bishop, you picked up this strange-looking crate that they brought in from off a boat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Delphi is there to make sure you're there to pick it up and gives a nod to you and your weird contraption.
All is arranged. Just load it into the wagon here.
That's a wagon?
I mean, I can load it into the wagon.
The wagon starts loading itself. Well, I guess it took
No,
care of
no. I occupy one body at a time, right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The wagon is there. The wagon stops. I get out the back of the wagon in my human body, pick the box up. I put it into the back of myself. I get in, close the door, transfer myself into the wagon.
Mhm. And then I guess wherever passengers go, like, do I just like sit on top?
It is a wagon.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm sitting in like the driver's coach or something.
Mhm. Wasn't this the machine with tentacles and everything else? Just making sure I'm remembering right.
Tentacles
Okay.
for the wheels.
Yep. All right, so are you guys just walking through the city with this thing?
Well, we have our route. We want to avoid attention. We're probably taking some of those little alleyways if possible.
All right.
And trying to keep out for both people who are going to harass us, like that vampire, and bluecoats, obviously.
All right, so that sounds like either a survey to look out for very specific people or a prowl to be sneaky about this.
Okay. I can
How do you
both.
two want to approach it?
What about you, Professor?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said when Oni said his thing.
Survey or prowl?
I mean, good for both.
Okay, if you're good for both,
I'm better at prowl.
alright, how good are you at prowl?
2.
Alright, we're both at 2, so we could do a group action together. Do you, I could just take the stress if you want.
Yeah, you lead.
Okay, so, I will go ahead and lead. We're gonna do
Alright.
it prowling. We are in risky or controlled?
You guys started in controlled.
Oh, right, yeah, because we rolled a lot
I
better,
mean-
and we're in standard.
Oh yeah, roll. Anyway, doesn't matter what we roll it as long as you know. I found that that's the least important part of the roll box.
Well,
the
Professor, you
position.
did fail,
Right.
so that gives me a stress, but I got a 6 for the group.
All right, so you guys have no trouble up till crossing the bridge towards Iron Hook.
Mhm.
It is pretty heavily controlled. There are going to be bluecoats who notice you if you take it. What's the plan?
So these tentacles, they can grab onto buildings and you can climb with it, right?
No,
No? Oh, I thought that was something discussed.
probably was.
Well, what solution do you have then?
So reestablish the scenario for me. Blue coats are
Hi.
on the bridge, and what
You-
else?
You're approaching where the bridge between Dunsvlow and Coleridge. Edward and you have specifically been trying to avoid the bluecoats. There are a number of them on this bridge. It is quite a travel area for them.
Mhm.
What's the plan?
This is the only way.
No, there's a couple bridges that go to Silkshore.
Well,
Right,
this
we're
is
just
the only
taking
way
the long
to get
way.
to those other bridges, except for the one that goes straight through Crowsfield.
We just wait for them to pass.
Well, they stick around and patrol this bridge, I believe.
Yeah, that's what was implied. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just a lot of the time. I thought you were just saying they just go across this bridge.
So we do need to get past.
We can run it. Just run it.
Running it is a distinct possibility. I don't have my policeman uniform anymore, unfortunately. And I'm not a great liar, even if I can pull up papers that say we're good.
Just run it and try and lose them somewhere on the other side.
It will draw attention, though. I suppose
Yeah.
that's fine. Let's see what you're made of.
Metal.
Exactly.
All right, so this tentacle wagon takes a run for it. Yeah. A couple of Bluecoats who've been patrolling, looking for weird things after, someone was kidnapped on the bridge and 3 people were murdered, kind of begin to run up to the professor. Professor, you're just going to plow through them? What's your plan?
Yeah, just gonna run for it.
Just Tokyo drift it.
Yeah. Give me a skirmish or a wreck going through them. It's going to be great effect because you're a giant wagon and they're on foot.
Additionally, of course, go ahead and take an extra die.
All right, done.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna stress myself for that.
So yeah, you smash through them. They get trampled pretty good. You get over to Iron Hook and kind of try and lose them in the back alleys.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like a prowl at this point.
Yep, back to group prowl. So I'll go ahead and continue to take the stress for that, if that's okay.
Already done. Go ahead and take that stress right now.
Good. Okay. I get another 6, and I get another stress.
Jeez. All right, so you guys go through the small residential area that's, I guess, near Iron Hook until you lose them, and then slowly begin sneaking your way across the plantations.
Yeah, large farms, absolutely no lights, everything's fine. This is kind of nice, Professor. There's usually something going on, but here it's just you, me, a simple job, and a long ride. Honestly, this is the best mission we've had so far.
Got a little red light going back and forth across the top of my wagon frame.
From inside the prison, we cut to Grit going, I really feel like I should be out there helping, but it's nice to have a break now and then. And he's just like playing cards.
Yeah, we like pass by the prison and we just like throw like a packaged meal over the top, like, here's lunch, Grit. But it sounds like we're home free, and we encountered some blue coat opposition. They're gonna note that, but at least we didn't stick around too long, and they have no idea what we're up to.
All right, so you guys make your way through Burrow Cleft. It is not a nice part of town. But
naturally,
you have a giant wagon with tentacles coming out, and no one wants to deal with that shit tonight.
Yeah, you don't know what what we can do. I don't even know what we can do. Get out of here.
And yeah, you cross the bridge to the Silk Shore. This area is a little more active than Dunslow and Burclef at night. Burrowcleft.
Yeah, people actually sleep and have shifts. Over here, just shopping district.
Yeah, you're almost there.
Mm-hmm.
You spot what you think is this man. It's not the same man you've seen following you before, but they're pale. There's a dark glow to their eyes. And they have almost a hunch-over appearance as they're looking around.
Well, of course we came to expect this, but we're also still not interested in a confrontation with him right now. So if we can avoid him, that would be great. There's still plenty of side alleys, or is he like haunting the bridge or something here?
You're past the bridge. You spot him down the street.
Is he literally hanging out at the drop-off?
He's maybe a couple blocks away.
Right.
He looks like he's a bit out of breath.
Oh, that's funny. He had to run all the way here. Well, let's make him even more out of breath. When we see him, we're gonna take a long route around the neighborhood to our destination.
All right, what action are you using for that?
I think probably Prowl continues to be the one we're looking for here.
All right.
If he wants to follow us while we're doing the Prowl, then good on him.
Well, we'll see what the result is.
I have a 5. That's right, just go down over this alleyway. Look, see, these people won't say anything. I know they're good for it.
All right. So you do lose him.
Mm-hmm.
Things are risky because he is in the area.
Right, makes perfect sense.
And as a complication, something has jumped down onto the wagon.
Oh no. So what's joining us here on the wagon?
Right, so Bishop looks over from top of the wagon. It's this metal cat.
Cat. Well, what are you doing around here?
And it lets out a robotic kind of ghost-like meow.
I needed to scram, so I'm going to yell at it and command it. Get out of here. You're causing it ruckus.
All right, give me a command.
Alright, could I
Just
get a
do
quick
standard.
assistance from the professor for an extra die?
No.
Nope. Aw, you're so mean. I get a 6, though. I'm really good at yelling at cats, everybody.
All right, so you yell it, you shoo it. Eventually, it gets the idea and hops off the professor. And the professor, you can see all the way around your body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see
That's
a
what the
small
sensorium
hall.
is for.
So you would know this is a small hall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Edward is being so casual about it. Hulls just don't come into existence on their own. This thing was created. It's not like an
Correct.
actual. It's not like an actual animal.
Yep.
Right, but it's also probably what it's using to try to track us. Or at least I'm going to assume by coincidence it is.
Sure, in much the same way that the T-1000 tracked down John Connor.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not like sending out like Steel out to find you, where it's just a guy. This is a Hull. A lot of work went into this thing.
Look, I made that Hull cat feel very guilty about following us.
Yes.
Well, I mean, at least it jumped off and it's gone for the moment.
Yeah, it's run down an alleyway, not the way you guys came from, so maybe not the vampire. What does the professor doing see? Because the professor seems to be on the right logic here. That if this is here, there's a reason.
Well, my thing is that I'm also the wagon, so
Yep.
I've got to keep propelling us forwards. So I'm doing what I'm doing.
Fair.
If we're in big trouble, we're in big trouble. I can't do anything more than keep going until stopped.
We should do the drop-off quickly, then.
Mm-hmm. So you come around the building. If the vampire was following your scent in some way, it's probably behind you by now. You can see the building less than a block away. Coming from the side, you see that same metal cat coming out of a building towards the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Edward and Professor, what do you do?
It's still here. Well, Professor, we're at least at the location. If you want to get out and do something, now you can. I'm not sure what to make of this thing.
Sure, I simultaneously pop my back hatch open and then reoccupy my human body, get out of the wagon, close my inanimate body's back hatch, and then do one of those Bruce Lee moves where, I bite the side of my nose and then stretch the arms out and just get ready for business.
I mean, I don't think it's going to pounce and attack us or anything, but...
Got no fucking idea. It's a hole. It's capable of anything.
I believe that. However, I'm not sure that's its intention.
You say that, and then it could turn into Dexstar from DC Comics. Just jump into the air, rend metal from...
If it's going to do that, now is the perfect time for it to just turn into like a ball of metal needles and roll at us or something.
I mean, I don't know about that, but it could literally call lightning from the sky. It could do a lot of stuff. It's a hull.
Mm-hmm.
Depends what it was built for.
I mean, we're literally talking about the two most powerful non-starter, I don't know what they're called, careers.
Yeah.
Whatever in the game.
So,
Playbook,
Professor, given your knowledge and what you've done recently, what do you think it's capable of doing?
I mean, literally anything.
Well, I mean by looking at it with a roll.
You want to give me a study and gather info on it, Professor?
Sure. I mean, with the also knowledge that means that I'm just standing here staring at it.
I'll give you an additional die to it too, because I've been trying to figure out what the hell you're even capable of.
That's a crit.
Oh, wow. So this is a small hull. It's designed to basically be a scout. It can also make a lot of noise. Its abilities seem to be mostly designed for speed and getting away, as well as observation. looking at the different parts it has. And so you're getting ready for a fight, you're studying it, and it lets out a bit of a cry that sounds like a cat purring, but crazy loud. People in the street are kind of looking and getting the hell away from the situation. But you do see a couple people coming out of the building that it was in a hurry. Looking up, they have masks on. And they seem to be dressed like spirit wardens, the three of them.
Is this an ambush?
What do you two do? The cart's only a few buildings away from the drop-off.
No, I thought you said we were at the drop-off. I'm talking to Griffin.
Yeah. Weren't we at the drop-off already? And that's
you
where
were
the cat
basically
was?
there if you want to stop there. No, the cat did not come out of that building. He came out of a different building.
I only stopped and got out of myself. Although I can say that. I only stopped and got out of myself because Griff said we were at the drop-off, so that's why I thought we were there.
Then it's at the drop-off. The cat came from a couple doors down then.
Right, so Spirit Wardens.
Would you say about three? About 3 doors down?
Yeah, 3 doors down.
Yeah. So the Spirit Wardens are coming from down over there, and over at our drop-off, is anyone responding?
The door kind of opens. They see the Spirit Wardens, and they get back inside.
Is it reasonable for Pariso and I to have met up with these guys at this point, given that our part of the job kind of went pretty damn smoothly?
Let me give a fortune roll.
And we took the long way around, so of course.
If you want to are you dressed light?
I think we both went normal, didn't we?
Yeah, I went normal.
All right. If you're willing to take a stress each, I'll have you show up. So
Nice.
Just doing a flashback saying this was all part of the plan.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right,
So like Pariso and I have been like there waiting for these guys to turn up, and we see these spirit wardens come up, and I whisper to Pariso, "Oh, that doesn't look good. Maybe we should distract them or something."
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, how noisy do you think we should be about this? Because I have 2 options.
Yeah.
We can try and get the drop on them, and I can knock them out with some of this sleeping oil. Or
while he's talking, I'm already gone. Because well, I've got some options here. Get some sleep oil. It's like, I could have murdered all.
Pariso?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So you guys are being tailed.
Yes, and people are approaching us. I'm thinking I want to unload as quickly as possible, but that depends on what you two do and what happens next. Because if we don't have the opening, we probably need to just come back in an hour.
What was your Well, you can deal with people approaching you. You're the talker guy.
There's spirit wardens coming out of the
Spirit Wardens are coming out. The cat is meowing at the wagon.
Oh, that's right. You guys are asking about the robotic cat. Yeah, I'm gonna go kill the cat. Screw you, cat. I was sitting here thinking it's a robotic cat. So it's the worst thing ever. The cat died and you brought it back for some reason.
It's specifically a cat made specifically for tracking for the Spirit Wardens at this point.
Yeah, screw that thing. I'm gonna go blow it up.
Right, so you're gonna go do that.
I'm gonna blow it up loudly.
Okay, I still want to know what the professor or bishop are doing, if anything.
I'm defending the wagon.
Professor, unload the wagon, and defend it if you need to. I guess I'm going to go ahead and start walking down the street towards the Spirit Wardens and try to intercept them.
I will pointedly not start unloading the wagon. That would be Idiocracy, a movie that I love. I found it here on the ground. And then I tell him it'd be stupid to unload the wagon.
Well, I mean, do what you want. I'm walking over and intercepting the Spirit Wardens.
Well, the people we dropped off, were supposed to drop off for, saw the Spirit Wardens and then jumped back at the building. They don't want us interacting with them with the Spirit Wardens around.
Again, I've said what I'm doing.
Let me know when I can blow up the cat.
And I've called you.
I will. Don't worry. I I assume you're getting. Are you walking up to the cat and killing it, or trying to move somewhere where you're not going to be seen and blowing it up?
Oh no, I'm a distraction. I'm gonna be seen through the wall. I'm gonna walk up to it and blow it away at point blank range. Screw you, cat.
All right.
I mean, like I walk up like I'm a citizen, but then I'm gonna reveal
Yeah.
my gun and just blow crap out of it.
Yeah. And what are you doing, Coil, while this is happening?
Yeah, I see him like walking towards that cat, and I go, "Well, I guess we're doing this." And I'm gonna mark my bandolier of alchemicals, and the first thing Coil does is he pulls out a vial of like this blue-green liquid that's like it seems to have like crackling electricity inside it, and he cracks it open and downs it. I'm gonna take some spark here. Which is a measure of raw electroplasm blended with seawater, and the user feels empowered and emits mild electrical energy.
All right. So you can harm ghost things and other most supernatural.
It's mostly just that Coil is addicted to this shit, and it makes him feel powerful. He just like downs it, and he's like, "Okay," and then he pulls out 2 grenades and he throws them at the spirit.
Oh no.
At the spirit
Oh.
wardens?
Yes.
All right, so Priso, at this point, give me your skirmish to just annihilate this cat.
I have a weapon. Does that help?
Normal weapon or something better?
Normal, large weapon.
All right, so it brings up to normal effect.
All right, cool.
All right, Priso, so you pelt this thing pretty hard. An electrical shock travels through the weapon. Oh, no, wait. Are you using a gun?
I tapped. Wait, that's the wrong one. Where's the blunderbuss?
It's just a
No,
lot.
that's
Yeah,
also a
large
blunderbuss.
Yeah, I get the
Yeah.
whole blunderbuss. Just pull out the blunderbuss, blow a hole in it.
All right, so you fire off this blunderbuss at point range. It hits the thing, it skips across the ground and starts running and howling.
Hey, you, spirit wardens! Fuck around,
And
find out.
Edward, at first, spirit wardens were walking towards the cart, looking like they wanted to figure out what was going on.
Mhm.
After that, they look past Edward at this crazy guy with a gun. And at this point, if you want to either wreck or skirmish with those grenades, Coil.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna spend 2 stress to Rook's Gambit here again, because these are special grenades that that Coil has tinkered with and layered with sparks so that they sort of let off an EMP as well.
All right. And throwing them at the spirit wardens?
Yeah, I'm just lobbing them at them.
Right, so this is risky. Risky,
Sure.
standard.
Let's do it.
Jeez.
Oh, so much for bleeding off heat.
I
It was a
about to
very
say.
quiet mission up to this. It's going super quiet.
There in front of them with a blunderbuss, so I'm on board.
It's a
Have you
cat.
got a-
It's not alive.
Have you got a devil's bargain for me?
Devil's bargain. Edward will be caught in the blast.
Oh,
Whoops.
that's real bad.
Well, at least I can tap armor and stuff.
You should accept that. That'll teach him to fail rolls.
Fail! I didn't fail.
I'll ask how you feel about it, Griff, because I
No,
I
go
can
ahead,
take
do it.
with
It's fine. It's funny.
Okay.
Edward just watching everything collapse around him. The final nail in the coffin is he also explodes.
Well, that dice gave us the 6, so there you go.
All right, so you hurl these grenades. It hits the spear wardens. There's an explosion. Edward's right there with them. Edward, it's 2 harm. Did you want to resist or tap armor or something?
I do. How much armor do I need to tap?
You would need both normal and heavy to absorb it all. Regular armor would take away it down 1 grade.
Alright, I will tap every bit of equipment I could have possibly had to negate every bit of damage.
Did you bring normal? Oh, you haven't
Yeah, I
used any
brought
equipment
normal.
yet. All right.
So, I came with no other gear but armor, just assuming I'd have a quiet, paranoid mission.
So these
Everything
All right.
you roll with you.
this explodes over the group of them. They're in a panic. Edward, this explosion just devastated your armor. There's been a gunshot behind you. Professor, what are you doing? Everything seems to be going okay.
I just stand guard over the wagon.
I have.
Just start unloading quietly.
You're not gonna take off in the distraction.
No.
Well, that's the thing.
I mean,
I'm
this
gonna
is-
make them take off. I would like to go ahead and, as I'm coughing up a lung of smoke right now, look to them and go, "Oh my God, what was that? Ah, I almost died. It came from that way. Go after them."
Give me a command to see if you can convince them. No, I guess that'd be a sway. You're not convincing them to act coil, right?
I'm probably not trying to point them directly at Coil, but I am trying to get them moving.
Can I offer an assist
You should
here?
point them at me. I'm a distraction.